How are you, everybody? How about you? Anybody will see my eye now go see Sean don't deal. I just say I promise you not to do this live today. Supposed to go on some kind of road trip. I had a road trip earlier today, but couldn't work out. So I ended up doing the whole day. It was a hectic day. See how my eye red. I'm not high, I'm just tired. Yeah, my people from Nigeria, everywhere in the world, welcome. So I'll make a few points today. The topic today, as I say now, is so we'll jump right in. Just some few points where I will make. Hopefully I don't take too much of my time. But just a few points to make. Because even though I don't explain my stance many times, people still don't understand. See, we need to shift our mindset. Our mindset, the shift in our mindset is important. Sorry guys, I remember one thing, I don't want to forget, so I think I write them down while telling us we go on. We need to shift our mindset from a place where we respect property rights above human rights. See, this is all over the world. We motherland people, we have been programmed. Program. That's why they call those TV shows program. Don't program us. What their reality. Everybody keeping up with the Kardashians. Everybody. Hollywood housewife. Everybody. Everybody is a baller. This one, that one. And all those shows, what are they doing? Worshipping things. Putting it in your mind that these things are the epitome of epitome of existence. Once you can achieve these things, just chase these things. And in fact, they will still be telling you that people that refuse to be used should not be near you. But they say it in a way that, any of your friend that is not working with you, supporting your dream, must be cast aside. Because they only respect people that can only also be used. If you do bad things to you, must your friend support? Must your friend support? If you are doing bad thing, who will talk to you? The problem we have is that these people don't confuse our brain, man. All these people they put on TV to speak to black people, they don't confuse all our brain. People's brains are warped here. And when I say here, I mean in black existence. When I say here, I mean in African existence. Anywhere we are in the world. These people, they don't spread this, their nonsense, scatter out, blow bomb. Inside all our brain. Nobody can talk. So now, you have a friend or somebody. You say, so far the person is making it. Don't say you are a hater. For telling the truth, you say you are a hater. You are saying this thing is not good. Were you there when he was suffering? Must you to stop suffering? Must you make other people suffer? So this must be the bottom line of the question we ask. Okay, you are suffering. You have not decided that you don't want to suffer anymore. Is it appropriate for you to make other people suffer? I don't get the mindset that we have to support. That no matter what the person, so far the person is making it. They wonder why people support politicians and all these rogues we have in our government. You know. So this topic today is going to be about investment as exploitation. You understand? Because we only see one side of investment, the side that the capitalists sell, you know, and you know, I wonder why African people claim to be capitalists as when we have no capital. You know, you need to have capital to be a capitalist. You with no capital, how are you a capitalist? Why are you tied to this mentality? Where you don't even have the cards to play the game. Oh, they've told you they will deal you your own card one day, you should wait. Mugu. Live Mugu. Live Mugu. You go wait, die. You know. So, as we did like this now for Africa, investment has been sold to us by only one side, the capital holders. And if you realize, people with capital are mostly conservative. And what it means to be conservative, they always misdirect conservative talk. Oh, conservative means, oh, you are moral, you know, you are not flamboyant, you like to just stay in your lane and keep things old school, traditional. It's a lie, yo. It's a lie, yo. Conservative just means sustain status quo, finish by any means necessary, and so to conserve, you know, to conserve what you already have, you know. So it's appropriate that Europeans choose to be conservative. Even their liberals are conservative when it comes to foreign affairs. The way Republicans in America love to bomb African people, that's the same way liberals love to bomb African people. For any reason, it's always supported. They will do their votes. It's fine to blow up black and brown people, both liberal and Republican. When it comes to that war, everybody is traditional. Bomb, you know, all this Me Too, no Black Lives Matter for that one. When bomb is on his way to Iraq, where is Black Lives Matter? I know this Black Lives Matter thing. Our sports, black athletes, except Colin Kaepernick, all black athletes. You are white. You are white dangerous. You are white dangerous. So it means that all this, you see, I know sportsmen. I've told them, and look at what Colin Kaepernick did. He wasted his career, man. Without black people in sports will be boring. They cannot sack all of you. Stand in solidarity with that guy. Look at your people are dying. Everybody had one excuse. Oh, my job. So now, before every match, they will blow whistle. Ping. All footballers now, we need that. Raise up their Black Lives Matter. Because their Oga says so. Do you understand? Your life matter because the establishment says so. Not because out of their own humanity, they have agreed. You know. So, the people we worship, you know, as motherland people, these heroes that they impose on us through their TV, through their exploits that they continue to make noise about, you know, I feel very, I have to use the word scared for us. Because talk about Jarawa, if we not jar ourselves from these people, these TV, black TV people, African TV people, influencers, talk about Jarawa. Those people that go jar us in ocean last me. I tell you now they go. So this is the side of investment where the woman can see the side of investment. Oh, investment create job. Investment create opportunity. Investment is a way for you to elevate yourself. Today we discuss the other side of the so-called investment, especially the kind that we have here. What I talk, especially the type that we have here, because me, one thing I will tell African people all over the world, you say, no kind of economic theory can articulate, will justify our experience. All economic theories from Europe will always justify European existence and means to the detriment of everybody. So when we speak, you hear all the experts begin to quote their different theories. Why? We are wrong. But the truth is, we are validated by our reality. Nobody can tell you your reality more than you. No professor know your reality more than you. And I know my reality. And I know what I'm saying. So if any PhD like me talking you can quote, see, you can talk anything you like inside book. The reality is the reality. If waiting they happen for life, no matter what you talk for your book, then that shit is bogus, fam. It's bogus. You know, like when they form America, they write for inside their book Constitution, all men are created equal. Why they put black people as slaves? Say they are 3/5 human being. But all men, according to the Constitution, all men. But some men were being enslaved. So forget what they inside book where they write. I what they happen, no, they always tally. You know they tally. Let make it tally first before I believe. When it tally, not be say what you no tally. So our reality validates our articulation of our situation. What will they talk? What will they experience? You don't understand? More look at education and the kind of investment in education we get for here. What will be the main problem for Nigerian education? The main problem for Nigerian education, we say, it is substandard. Finish. The best lecturers, the best educationists, they are all just like our doctors, just like our lawyers. Anybody that has true talent in Nigeria is taken out of Nigeria. Trust me on that one. Because except you decide to agitate for system we go match your potential, you know, it's still can match your potential as an African person. You need to leave this continent to achieve that potential. You understand? So the education is what we get left here. They are not up to par. And they can be better, but the system, you know, they give them the training, the extra resources where they manage to develop themselves. Because now every day of life still be education. Every day you don't come out for school. You still need to educate yourself, they go. Educate yourself, they go. You understand? So when I want to touch on this education part, because a lot of investment has gone into education in Nigeria, and education concerns everybody for Nigeria, young, old, graduate, undergraduate, professional, people when they go school, people who own education is important to everybody. Because if you're picking on the go, you are the employer, you're expecting these universities to give you your workforce. Education concerns everybody. So we say our school no good, our school no good. Then rise up the Nigerian big men. The Nigerian big men decide to invest in education, right? So if they are investment in education, not be exploitation of the people, then it's supposed to solve our education problem. The fact that they are building schools, universities, college should be solving the problem of education. Can we say that with all the private schools around, it is solving the problem of education? Or it's just giving those with means, with varying means, you know, because people, they earn differently, from your tertiary 100K to the millions school fees, to engage the middle class? Because as I always say about the middle class professionals in Nigeria, once your own side of the problem is solved, you believe that the problem is solved for everybody. Whereas the majority of Nigerians are the poor. We can attack on a shop. Because private education is not the solution to ignorance. Now we see for that protest time, ignorance came to the front door to meet you, where you hide. They say you don't go private school, ignorance, no, you don't day free from ignorance. Ignorance can't meet you for where you did. Because we have not solved the problem of education, even with all the investment. Why? Because the investment is to exploit the middle class. You must send your kid to school now. And now, let me give you why this is exploitation. Let's look at some of the biggest investors in education in Nigeria, the church. The churches in Nigeria own some of the best schools in this country. Some of the biggest high schools, some of the biggest universities are owned by the churches. Now, nobody has more influence over our politicians than these churches. I repeat, nobody has more influence over our politicians. Are you listening? Nobody has more influence over the politics of this country than our churches and mosques. But let's talk about the churches because of their level of investment in education. Now, all these schools where they build, it is only for those that have means. Poor people still have to go to those schools where they close down for 8 months due to strike, when they get library, when they get anything. Right? None of them don't influence their politicians where they control through Jesus Christ our Lord. Say, oh yeah, fix these public schools now. Fix the public universities now. If you don't fix them, don't come to our, the Lord will not accept you in this church. We don't want your tithe or offering. We will excommunicate you from the church. Go and fix the education in this country for the poor people. We will have fixed the education for the rich people. Now you go and fix the education for the poor people. Can they do that? Did they say that? No. Instead, they put school fees so high that all your parents are borrowing money to send you to school. All your parents are borrowing money to send you there. The majority of you there. So how is that investment? If the investment is not solving the problem, but is just making the so-called investor rich, then that is exploitation. Investment must be something that is benefiting the community as well as the business. Where is the benefit for the larger community in all this so-called investment? Let's remember that Nigeria itself, the creation of Nigeria, is an investment. Are you proud of this investment? Is this an investment to be proud of? Nigeria is British investment. Slave trade was investment. People were investing in slave trade. People are investing today in human trafficking. So, is investment. What are we talking about investment if not the quality, that is raising the quality of our lives? They are investing, people cannot afford it. What's the point? They say they are investing in rice for Nigerian people to eat rice. Nigerians like ourselves invest in rice, right? For us to be able to eat rice. They ban imported rice. Now, Nigerian rice grown in Nigeria is more expensive than imported rice. Wow! How? Those people that grow it there, they don't pay workers. Because in those countries, I know their workers earn more than our workers here. No, what is going on? Who are these investors? We do investment for lele gone. You are investing in food and people are going hungry. The more money they put in food. Nigeria is growing more rice today than it has ever grown before in the history of this country. Yet, we are paying more today than we have ever paid before. People can no longer eat rice. The favorite food of Nigerian people is off the plate, fam. Everybody know they chop Dangote spaghetti by force. How can you be growing food that your people cannot afford? How can anyone go to bed at night knowing that you are growing food that your people cannot afford? They'll say, hey, yeah, it's people that are lazy. Lazy. I see Omolanke pusher for Adlen. Go push that Omolanke now. Say he's lazy. You come down from your Yemoto. Go and push that Omolanke and come and tell me that man is lazy. Come and tell me. If we, the people of this country, the middle class and professionals, if we don't remove this oppressor spirit that they have packed into our brain and start to unpack our minds to now say what is not good is not good. Anything that is done must be done for a reason. If the reason is not positive, then we cannot endorse. Look at the civil service, for example. People are saying, it's not everybody that has. Some people work hard in Nigeria. There is somebody is working hard, and he will not come and destroy his things because they think he's a politician. Which hard work is happening in Nigeria? Which hard work is happening here? Is it in the banking sector that the hard work is happening? Because the hard work, may I see that is happening there, is that they are laundering Nigerian people's money. Also, investing Nigerian people's money in themselves through the bank. There are no services for the Nigerian people to elevate us in any way coming from any bank. Only tokenism. Tokenism. We go on strike. Hey, money for entertainers. Come and take loan. And shut up your mouth. Money for influencers. Everybody will share money for all the different classes of professionals. Once everybody don't collect, become mouth closed. Listen to me. The only way the poor people of Nigeria will not attack you in your car, whether you think you are rich or not, will not come into your homes when that time comes. Let me tell you the only way is that when you're in your office and the minister now tells you, civil servants, come and carry this file, and you know that the file is what is destroying people's life, you better put that file down and come outside and sorrow. It's okay. Until you professionals begin to behave like that, the people are justified in whatever action they decide to take when they decide to take it. Because it is through the professionals of this country, so-called investment of their orga, is through their work that oppression gets to the people of this country. How can Nigeria spoil without the help of the civil servants of Nigeria, who are the middle class and professionals? How can anything bad happen without their complacency? How? If they are not accomplices to these people. I say it all the time. Our educational system cannot be destroyed without the help of our lecturers and vice chancellors. Nothing can happen to it. The police force cannot be brutal without the help of the rank and file. Not be IG go leave in office, can't slap you now. Not be IG now. Not be IG go leave your office, can't give you slap. Now your own fellow neighbor will be policeman will come give you the slap on behalf. I'm just doing my job. Is it the hard work of doctors that watch people die because they don't have money to pay for hospital bill? After you take Hippocratic oath, you use your skills to help people and never watch people, blah, 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 blah. So what is this investment gone that is happening in Nigeria? People invest in housing that people cannot afford. You are being paid some of the lowest wages in the world. The rent in Lagos is some of the highest in the world. Per capita. You know, per capita means comparing the percentage you pay for something to the percentage to your salary. The percentage you pay for the percentage something takes out of your salary. Per capita. Go and check it anywhere in the world. The rent we pay in Nigeria compared to our salary. Everybody is forming big boy inside BC. Living in debt just to show that you are not poor. Young men like me, see me, no grey. For I no get hair. You see, oh my, no grey there. All my mates grey hair everywhere. What happen? They say nobody can sleep. hustling up and down, and you must still go show yourself for club. The money you don't get, I say you get. Can't rest on the phone all the time, type looking for, jumping up and down. Say you are not poor, you are not poor. It's not my portion. There's no way Tinubu is doing any corruption in Lagos without the help of our so-called normal people carrying the file, going to the office, saying yes sir. Nobody is speaking up there at that moment. At that moment when you are seeing that an hospital is not going to be built because there are millions of people will die because that hospital wasn't built, and you are there taking your share, coming after to tell me, hey, this person is an investment. Is Lekki toll gate not an investment? Why were you people complaining? Not be investment, not be person investment. Not be person investment be Lekki toll gates. Why are you complaining? Why don't you like the investment? Investment. So we're not going to invest according to what we need. So we're not going to invest according to waiting the necessary. See, there is no way we can allow people in this country. The point is this. The point I'm making is this. You know, even if I make no point at all, is that nobody will be allowed in this country to profit off the suffering of his brothers and sisters. Case closed. The way people in this country will house themselves will no longer be somebody's avenue to become billionaire. The way people in this country will feed themselves will no longer become an avenue for people to become billionaires. The way people will transport themselves, the way people will treat themselves, take medicine, health care of the people, will be decided by the people, owned by the people, for themselves. Nobody will go and post gate man in all these positions and now do like this. I'm a business mogul, investor, ha ha ha. What are they doing? They post themselves in all the gates that you need to survive. Case closed. Fuel that you need for your car, all the necessities of life. The telephone we need, hey, that they own now. Be collecting money because everybody must make call. Hey, everybody must buy fuel. Hey, everybody must eat. Hey, everybody must buy cement. At least people that can afford to, when they want to do their high cost housing, they mean I want to buy cement now. You know, Badura for me, I'm dying. People have been asking me for money. If you see the way I've just been giving them story, when Dangote is busy slicing my neck here, left, right, and center. I don't even carry money in my wallet and go out anymore. I don't even carry money out. Can't come and kill me. So this country that we're going to live in, we must stop that. People can no longer position themselves to make money from our suffering. You say you are investing in housing and everybody is homeless. Why? Because they cannot afford your house. And yet many houses just lie empty everywhere. Especially in Ikoyi and VI. Go and look at empty houses everywhere. Nobody can afford it. And they build it there. Is that investment? What kind of investment is that? Is that not waste? If people are living on the street, no regulation from government, nothing. Back to the point I made. Pastors have influence. So this is what I'm saying to people. You don't understand that these your so-called investors are also your politicians. They just divide themselves into two because, you know, for state capture to work, all of them cannot be in government. Some people have to be in government and some people must be in industry. That's how they've divided themselves. They are one. So the ones in government make sure that they defund all public services. They defund it. So you see that educational budget for the whole country is less than the budget of National Assembly alone. Healthcare budget is less than the budget of National Assembly alone. You see that. So they make sure that they defund these programs. These programs that the poor need to elevate. The poor need to become conscious of their existence, of their position in this world, to have dignity. So they make sure that your dignity is in question. Because any man whose existence is, whose dignity is in question, whose dignity is in question, can never have a complete existence. You understand? So that is the card they play. Then they go and use those same people against themselves again because they don't know any better. So they defund the public services. Then they tell us that it is because government doesn't know how to run it. That government should hands off business. Government has no business in business. That they, being good Nigerians, will open the private alternative for us. Now we do so. First of all, the rent they charge you, the school fees they charge you for your kids, the bills they give you in their hospital, the price they charge you for their food is almost world-class prices. But do they even pay you up to 1% of world-class wage? I mean, how many countries in the world pay as low as Nigeria? $80 a month. What am I saying now? It's almost $30, $40 a month. Is it no? Be $50? How much is no? It's 470 something. So yeah, $70 a month, $65 a month salary, minimum wage. Yeah. So now the private sector do now open up more company, employ some of you, give you higher wages than the rest, so you can take your own kids to even more expensive school and be struggling more to pay it, even though you earn more than most people. Then you move to expensive neighborhood to pay their high rent. How? So me, I'm all for investment. But the investment I believe in is that which elevates both community and industry. I don't believe in the investment that remove dignity from labor. Where you'll be working and nobody respects you. Because forget to, Mr. Politician, should they drive G-Wagon? You have a job that nobody respects you. Mr. G-Wagon, they feel they hail you, but they don't respect you. And if they don't respect the people at the top, imagine the workers at the bottom. So Nigerian workers must cease and desist from this me mentality. Don't tell me how to. We must tell ourselves the truth. We must tell ourselves the truth. You get fire for head. Because I now find out that many of them will not even start doing charity. According to this person is trying to think like what I'm thinking, you go check the person background. You go say, now because you don't thief over money, they give us token. You go weak again, say, oh my God, what am I going to do now? So it is, I mean, we must, yeah, I agree, investment, but now we invest in ourselves. We invest in our development as a nation. You understand? Development will mean to investment means we uplifting ourselves. So where you want to put your money, how is it elevating that community? Not be say you want to destroy the natural environment of the community. Shell is investing in Nigeria. Is that something to be proud of? Look at what they've done to our Niger Delta. Look at what they've done to the entire Niger Delta area. All these oil companies that are investing. You hear our government when they come on radio and TV. As soon as I'll bring foreign investment. I'll make sure Nigeria is conducive for foreign investment. Foreign investment. And foreign investment simply means you never have local competition. Finish. That's the foreign investment is the euphemism for you will never produce. You will consume forever. That's what foreign investment means. Any government that is telling you that he's bringing foreign investment, means he's telling you that you cannot do it yourself. You cannot do it yourself. Isn't that a shame? How many governments have come to tell us Nigerian people, it's time we build this country ourselves. It's time we create our nation. It's time we come together and now lie all our foreign investment. And what are the foreign investors doing for us? Look all over the place. All this, Allen is full of them. Samsung, all of them owned by foreigners, treating African workers like shit, slapping them, talking down to them. This is in Africa. In our own Africa, we'll still go to their country. They will do the same thing. No dignity for the African poor man. But they are investing, right? They are investing. So we should clap and be happy. Hey, you bought investment. People will steal billions from our country. They will open one hotel. Everybody will start clapping. What we must face now we can no longer face, face the West and the East for salvation. We must face ourselves. We must face ourselves. I care nothing more in this world than for African people to be able to achieve their full potential in Africa. Finish. Finish. What else? What are we here for? What are we shouting for? What are we saying? So I know what investment is in Nigeria. Shell is investing in Nigeria now. Yeah, are you not happy? No. NNPC, all of them investing. Everybody is investing how they like. Tinubu is investing. Buhari is investing. Atiku is investing. Everybody is investing. Are you not happy? I think help me on that light there. I'm about to round up anyway. So everybody, I'm really happy that you all came up on this live today with me. I'm really happy, but please let's not be bamboozled by this word investment. And if we continue to only judge ourselves and our progress as motherland people from an economic point of view, then we will only empower those with economic power already. The power they have is economic and political. Our only power right now is social, while we fight them for political power to bring about economic equity. Our ancestors did not put all these resources, all this manpower, all these opportunities in Nigeria to make only a few Nigerians comfortable and billionaires. No. I'd rather have in Nigeria with 0 billionaire, right? But a working country for everybody. Most billionaire, 1 billion never do. 1 billion never do. You see, but people don't understand this billion thing. $1 billion. People don't see. Let me tell you. You might be hearing billion. I always say this to people. Human beings don't understand numbers. We don't really get it. You understand? So you don't know what billion is. You just, you think it. You think you know, but you don't know. So I'll remind you what billion is. 1 million seconds is 11 days. I repeat. 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 32.8 years. 1 billion seconds is 32.8 years. So these people should not tell us about what they have and don't. Listen, it's okay. The rest now is for the people of Nigeria. And if need be, we will come and take from the one you have already amassed. Yes, we'll redistribute the wealth. Not to say putting it in people's pockets and like as a used to build schools. All those things we're supposed to use it for, that you stole it. That you use nepotism to concentrate all the opportunities among yourselves. So we have the right to come and destroy those rackets. That's gangsterism. That's RICO Act in America. You people are all gangsters. So not only will we say stop, we might even come to take some. We might come to take some. Because it's just too much. I mean, how can the richest man in Nigeria be richer than the richest man in England? Please, Nigerian people, don't fall for investment. Don't fall for investment. Don't fall, don't break. Don't crumble in front of this. Na lie, it's exploitation. It's exploitation. If people are building houses that are creating homelessness, that's exploitation. People are growing food that is creating hunger, that's exploitation. If people are building schools that is creating ignorance, that's exploitation. Nobody should tell us anything. If people are working in ministries where construction policies are not being able to, nothing is being executed, is exploitation. Don't work. And everybody that is a part of it is a part of it. We sit back, relax. The Nigerian elites, they spend more on entertainment than they do on education. The budget for wedding in Lagos alone every week, they say, is 3 billion naira. In Lagos alone, every weekend, these people spend 3 billion on weddings. So all of you abandon your law degree, abandon your medical degree. All of you that they go take a share from the entertainment largesse as shoemaker, cloth designer, party planner, drink mix. Oh, shout that they do. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I beg now. We need to, our mindset cannot be the same mindset of these people now. They've been doing these things forever. Look at where we are. We must now begin to turn our backs to them and realign ourselves with the poor people of this country. You see, without us, right, we don't feel achieve some comfort within this oppression. We will not feel raise up ourselves more if we do not all combine. And so let me tell you, the only ones among us that can do this job are those not directly benefiting from the largesse. If you meet any of their tailor, you can never agree to which they tell you so. You don't go agree. You know how you want to talk am. If you meet their driver, know how you want to talk am when you go agree. Because you go please don't near finish, you won't enter. Anybody benefiting from this status quo can never agree with what I'm saying. This is for those of us that are not benefiting. That they are bullying us into serving the devil. You understand? Those of us that are not benefiting but are being bullied into serving the devil. It is time for us to grow a pair. Men, women, boys, girls, young and old, and say no more. You and your pets be on that side. You and your chosen pets be on that side. We are going to the side of the people to come and deal with you. Finish. So thank you very much for giving me this time. You know, I'm happy so many people came to listen to my summation. This because it really touched me one kind today on some, people talking. I realize, man, some people still, they're so selfish for this country, no matter what is going on, the bottom line for them is profit. With that profit incentive cannot help Nigeria. If we want to do everything based on what we can earn from it in Nigeria, we will never see the Nigeria we are claiming we want to see. That Nigeria is not built on profits. That Nigeria we want to see is not built on profits. It's built on love, respect, and understanding. That's what it's built on. And without those three things for ourselves, trust me, we'll just go around the circle, they make the same mistake over and over again. Finish. Over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Many people from Nigeria think that there's something happening here that is special. Nigeria was rebased. Nigeria was rebased in 2014 by Okonjo-Iweala. Say Nigeria na 505 billion. And our economy don't contract in that time. So I'm sure now, they say we won't do recession again now. So I'm sure there's no more 505 billion in Nigeria. Do you know how much Facebook alone is worth? Facebook alone as a company, just Facebook alone is worth $600 billion. Just Facebook is worth more than Nigeria. So poverty is here. It's already here. He's embracing everybody because our country itself is poor. Don't get that twisted. The country has wealth, but right now it is poor. December don't read. Step, forget that one. I be Christian, which kind give away? Now I need to give to me. Nigerians, I mean, they donate money to when they happen here now. Don't ask for me right now. The verse, so let me come pick your pocket. If I see person money for grand now, I go pick am live. I no go call you. I don't tell you now. No go Slack name me say Isheon Kuti. Go drop your wallet. Baby girl, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
You fellows for me. Look at the time. You're still up. It's past 11.
I have no school.
I know, but you need to sleep so you can grow. Yeah, one also. Give me a peck.
I don't want to sleep.
Lost okay, lost. Time to go. Yeah, so there we are. That was my summation. I need to go and put this madam to bed. Adana, show okay. Kini mo ṣe fẹ́ sí mo ní kó lọ sùn fẹ́ máa ké lọ sùn jọ go upstairs and come in. So there we go. Everybody, let's think about it. This is not about being our brother's keeper. Me, I don't even really believe in that. You know, this we being our nation's keeper, thinking that whatever we want to do has to be a part of the solution. We must no longer, in any way, even in the guise of investment, add to the exploitation of our people. Because that's how they do it. It's not justification enough for you to do it too. You understand? That's how it's done. It's not justification for you to do it too. We as a people need to understand that.